Elon Musk closes the Twitter deal and immediately fires the entire senior executive echelon and maybe the entire engineering staff as well. But does that mean genuine reform is coming? Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. This is another declaration of truth from your host, Terry A. Hurlbut. Late Thursday night, October 27th, Elon Musk closed his purchase of Twitter. Before the day was out, he fired the current CEO, CFO, and 2 senior legal officers. But does that mean that Twitter will reform itself and cease its thought policing? At least one former user and a competitor remain skeptical and urge skepticism. Today, I am going to give you the straight dope, including what I can prove and what I cannot prove. I will also offer a standard of comparison and performance against which Elon Musk can measure himself if he has a mind to. Before I dive into this, I do want to shout out to the prime sponsor of this channel, which is Conservative News and Views. Link in the description. Be sure to check out the awesome CNAV Store. Scroll down near the bottom for that link. Lots of good merchandise there, especially this t-shirt that I have chosen for today, which depicts a duck with a bill full of frog. And this cartoon, never give up. There's caption rather. And one more thing. If you like what you're about to hear, you can like this video. You can also click the bell icon to get a notice every time I come out with a new one. In fact, you see the new icon, the heart shape with the US dollar sign in it? That's the super thanks icon. If you really want to keep these videos coming, click that and leave me a tip. Any currency will do. And now, curtain up on the great Twitter drama. Reportage comes from the New York Times, Bloomberg, American Liberty, and American Briefing, but it also comes from Elon Musk himself, who now calls himself Chief Twit in his Twitter biography. On Wednesday, he literally entered Twitter's headquarters in San Francisco, California, carrying a bathroom sink. Then he tweeted video of his grand entrance and left this plain-spoken caption: "Entering Twitter HQ. Let that sink in." I've left a link to that video in the description so you can play it for yourselves. He then terminated the 4 top-ranking officers of Twitter Incorporated. Parag Agrawal, Chief Executive Officer, Ned Siegel, Chief Financial Officer, Sean Edgett, General Counsel, and Vijaya Gadde, Chief Legal, Trust, and Safety Officer. Red Voice Media has video of that on Rumble, and I've left a link in the description to their video report. Now that last firing could be key. Ms. Gadde permanently banned the account of President Donald Trump on her own direct authority. She also canceled all political advertising from Twitter, but no one believes that made Twitter neutral. Bloomberg carried one as yet unconfirmed report that security personnel escorted Ms. Gadde out of the building. I am not going to take that at face value. Not unless someone produces video that I can authenticate from her face and voice. But 6 months ago, Politico reported her crying jag as she contemplated a Twitter under Elon Musk's ownership. Boo-hoo-hoo-hoo-hoo! I don't want my censorship work undone! Boo-hoo-hoo-hoo-hoo! That's right, Vijaya, you have a good cry. But while you're at it, you might want to ask yourself whom you're crying for. Is it for Laura Loomer, or Lauren Witzke, or Marjorie Taylor Greene, or President Trump, or any of a number of real champions of the people whom you have thrown out of the public square, pleading that as a private company your organization had the absolute authority so to act? Or are you just possibly crying for yourself? You know whom you remind me of? You remind me of the soldier who got slapped by Lieutenant General George S. Patton, United States Army, during his Sicilian campaign in World War II. I've left a link in the description to the movie clip showing George C. Scott and Tim Considine acting that drama out in the 1971 movie. Now, I'm not saying that it actually played out that way, but I can tell you this. I don't blame General Patton for what he actually did, nor would I blame him if he did it the way George C. Scott portrayed him as doing it. And just as he could not abide a coward, I cannot abide crocodile tears by a destroyer of livelihoods. Let that suffice. If it doesn't, leave a comment on this video and I'll be glad to explain myself to you. Then, at 11 minutes to midnight, Musk left this cryptic message: "The bird is freed." I've left a link in the description. On Friday afternoon, reports surfaced all over YouTube that Musk had locked all of Twitter's software engineers out of their accounts. He then terminated them all and brought in engineers from Tesla to take their places. Now, reports of Twitter employees carrying out boxes of their belongings are probably exaggerated. The employees might have been actors. I've left a link in the description to a video by an influencer who calls himself The Quartering, taking apart that footage and also saying what reforms he would like to see on Twitter. Now, this event has given cause for much rejoicing and skepticism. First, Governor candidate Kari Lake of Arizona said that if she wins, Twitter can move to Arizona. DM me and we'll work it out, she said. And by the way, DM means direct message, which Twitter supports. Again, link in the description. Then another Twitter user, well, on second thought, I won't tell you his name. It's a little on the crude side. But I have links in the description to 5 tweets by him, Elon Musk, and Jenna Ellis, who was once Donald Trump's lawyer. This user said that he was still shadow banned, ghost banned, and search banned, and that Twitter had robbed him of 1,200 followers that day alone, as was their usual practice. An hour later, he showed recognition that changes can't happen in a minute. Then Elon, 12 hours later, assured him, quote, "I'll be digging more today," close quote. Well, then the user reported that he now had 7,000 more followers since he first raised this issue, and he called that a glorious change. Jenna Ellis said that she was going to watch to see if the soft sanctions would disappear from her own account as well, and reported some hopeful signs. But Lauren Witzke remained skeptical. Early Friday morning, she sent a Telegram message of the image of her Twitter suspension. She captions it, "soon." But 8½ hours later, she wondered whether she would want to come back to Twitter. Quote, "Not sure if I can function in Twitter normie land after spending 2 years being radicalized on Telegram, LOL," unquote, Lauren Witzke. LOL means laughing out loud, in case any of you don't know that. I've left a link in the description to her Telegram message. Now, Laura Loomer on Thursday night, also on Telegram, noted that she still couldn't log in. Now, more than 13 hours later, she sent this response to a snide post from another Telegram user. Here she is, quote, "The world will be a much better place when I am no longer banned. My Twitter was one of the most entertaining and politically informative accounts in the history of Twitter, along with the protests that ensued in the months shortly after the ban. Let's be honest. The people have been robbed for the last 4 years," unquote, Laura Loomer. And I'll vouch for those protests, by the way. And I've left a link in the description to her message on Telegram as well. Then Loomer took note of a tweet by one Benny Johnson in response to Musk's "bird is free" tweet. It contains a slideshow of several perma-banned accounts. I've left a link in the description to that too. And now I want to talk about what Elon Musk actually said. Before I do, I want to shout out to a sponsor who can really help you through the economic storms to come. That sponsor is oursilverlines.com. Do you feel like you're working harder for your money just to get by? You're not alone. The fluctuating economy, employment issues, and unexpected changes in life have left many families struggling over the past few years. Collecting gold and silver can help shield you against many of these challenges. But if you're like me many years ago, you don't know where or how to start. Our Silver Alliance helps by connecting you with thousands of members who are learning the secrets to creating and protecting true wealth by collecting precious metals. Whether you just want to collect rare and unique coins or take advantage of the business opportunities this company provides, either way, they can help you learn to live an exceptional life. Visit oursilverlives.com to learn how you can build a legacy for your future. Now then, Elon Musk has definitely said that permanent bans from the site will no longer be an instrument of Twitter policy. We can assume that that the only new permanent ban will come by an order of a court of law, to put a stop to a targeted cyberbullying campaign, for an example. An adult might be expected to take a steady stream of name-calling right up to when it becomes libelous, but a minor cannot. But does that mean that Twitter will now lift existing permabans? Dr. Steve Turley breathlessly said it would in his live stream Friday show, but I cannot not confirm this. The only way I can confirm any of the breathless anticipations by Dr. Steve and other conservatives is to take reports from Laura Loomer, Laura Witzke, and other Telegram users who retweeted a Telegram after Twitter kicked them off. Elon can start with the accounts Benny Johnson identified and then add the accounts on a list by a user called Hodge Twins. I've left a link in the description of that list. There's some overlap with the Benny Johnson slideshow, but not total. I'll give you an example. The Babylon Bee seems to be back online, but they haven't posted anything since March 20th. Then there's Jordan Peterson. He hasn't posted anything since the end of June. I've left links in the description to both their Twitter accounts. All of which goes to show why I have not told you to follow me on Twitter, and I won't until I see some radical changes on that platform, including the reinstatement of every account on one or both of those lists. Then we see this message that Elon Musk sent to Twitter advertisers. Now, this is a very long one. In fact, it runs to 372 words. Not characters, words. Other users have put out long threads in which they reply, and reply again to themselves. Elon put his message onto 3 images of text and tweeted those. I've left a link in the description to his tweet, but I would never ask you to go read a long message like that. Instead, I'm going to quote it to you right now. Here's Elon Musk, quote, "I wanted to reach out personally to share my motivation in acquiring Twitter. There has been much speculation about why I bought Twitter and what I think about advertising. Much of it has been wrong. The reason I acquired Twitter is because it is important to the future of civilization to have a common digital town square where a wide range of beliefs can be debated in a healthy manner without resorting to violence. There is currently great danger that social media would splinter into far right-wing and far left-wing echo chambers that generate more hate and divide our society. In the relentless pursuit of clicks, much of traditional media has fueled and catered to these polarized extremes, as they believe that is what brings in the money. But in doing so, the opportunity for dialogue is lost. That is why I bought Twitter. I didn't do it because it would be easy. I didn't do it to make more money. I did it to try to help humanity, whom I love. And I do so with humility, recognizing that failure in pursuing this goal, despite our best efforts, is a very real possibility. That said, Twitter obviously cannot become a free-for-all HE-double hockeyscape where anything can be said with no consequences. In addition to adhering to the laws of the land, our platform must be warm and welcoming to all, where you can choose your desired experience according to your preferences, just as you can choose, for example, to see movies or play video games ranging from all ages to mature. I also very much believe that advertising, when done right, can delight, entertain, and inform you. It can show you a service, a product, or a medical treatment that you never knew existed but is right for you. For this to be true, it is essential to show Twitter users advertising that is as relevant as possible to their needs. Low relevancy ads are spam, but high relevancy ads are actually content. Fundamentally, Twitter aspires to be the most respected advertising platform in the world that strengthens your brand and grows your enterprise. To everyone who has partnered with us, I thank you. Let us build something extraordinary together. Unquote, Elon Musk. That message, especially the part about free-for-all, H-E-double hockey skate, prompted Andrew Torba to say on Telegram, and I quote, "Meet the new boss, same as the old boss. Moderates are cringe. Pick your tribe or get wrecked." And he spelled it R-E-K-T. I've left a link in the description to his Telegram message. He also shared a copy of a cartoon from a new cartoonist who calls himself Stone Toss. First frame, a caricature of Elon Musk pointing to Twitter and saying, "My platform has free speech." In the next frame, Kanye West points to Parler and says, "No, my platform has free speech." And in the last frame, a big muscle-bound figure wearing green shorts looms over all the other figures, and his head displays the logo of the Gab Empire. I've left a link in the description to a web page where you can view that cartoon. Now, this might represent nothing more than comparative advertising. My brand is better than your brand. But perhaps Mr. Torba has a point. What exactly does Mr. Musk mean by not letting Twitter, as he put it, become a free-for-all H-E-double hockey skate where anything can be said with no consequences? Now, you may ask, does Gab forbid anything? Or does Gab allow a free-for-all H-E-double hockey skate? Well, full disclosure, I have a personal Gab account, but I've also decided to link to Gab Social's terms of service. Those terms are very simple. First, Gab forbids anything that violates federal, state, or local law. Next, they forbid anything that exploits or contributes to the delinquency of minors, including pumping them for personal information. Further, they forbid spam, attempts to score free advertising, impersonation, or putting another person in physical danger. Gab has content standards, which are the equivalent of an acceptable use policy, which forbid copyright infringement, threats, incitement, malware spreading, pornography, impersonation, misrepresentation, or, and I quote, commercial activities relating to finance, investments, or gambling, such as contests and sweepstakes, penny stock promotion, money transmission, or initial coin offerings, or the trade of live or endangered animals or animal parts, or anything that portrays or encourages the abuse of animals. Close quote. Take note, readers, Andrew Torba does not forbid commercial activities relating to the sale of guns or ammunition, nor does he forbid hate speech, whatever that is, unless it clearly violates a law that would withstand a First Amendment challenge. In other words, subject to these content standards, a user may express his opinions, however outrageous, with complete freedom, and expect other users to slap him down just as freely. And here's another disclaimer. Neither I nor my channel have any sponsorship, product placement, or any other agreement with Gab other than my personal Gab account and my experimentation with Gab television. Now, Will Elon Musk commit to the Andrew Torba standard of free speech? Will Kanye West? Both men will have to demonstrate their bona fides with respect to freedom of expression in the time to come. Link in the description to the article, to the tweet of Elon walking into Twitter HQ carrying a bathroom sink, to Red Voice Media's video detailing the high-level firings, to the movie clip of Patton shaming a coward, again with the disclaimer that witnesses have disputed that particular scene, to Elon saying the bird is freed, to the Cornerings video separating fact from play acting regarding any mass firings at Twitter, to Carrie Lake inviting Elon to relocate Twitter to Arizona, to that softband user with the crude name, getting Elon's attention about the softbands, to Lauren Witzke's and Laura Loomer's Telegram messages, to Benny Johnson's slideshow and Hodge Twins' list of banned accounts, to the Babylon Bees and Jordan Peterson's accounts, to Elon's message to advertisers, to Andrew Torba's Telegram message, to the Stone Toss cartoon, to Gab Social's terms of service and content standards, and to conservative news and views. I've also left links to the awesome CNAV Store and to rcivilized.com, as I also mentioned. You know already about how to like a video, turn on notifications, and leave a tip. And on the end screen, I'm going to leave a subscribe link to my channel and links to that quartering video, to the Patton clip, and to a playlist I created when this Twitter drama really got going last springtime. This is Terry A. Horowitz delivering another declaration of truth and reminding you to let the truth set you free.